Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Let me just blow this candle. So last night I did a Divine Feminines reading. It was kind of off the hook. So a lot of Divine Feminines is now going through a purging stage of clearing their heart chakras and basically feeling more confident about themselves. So, and about manifesting this union. Good morning, Capria. Good morning, honey. So I'm gonna pull some cards for the Divine Masculines. For those that is again in a soulmate connection, twin flame relationship. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share. But I'm also gonna say if you haven't already, please become get onto my Queen Z Spiritual Insight page on Facebook because I am going to stop posting on my main page. I'm literally gonna stop posting on my main page anything dealing with my spirituality group. So again, if you haven't, share my videos. Let's get this going. Let's see what's going on with these men. If you are a masculine energy, meaning even if you're in a same-sex commitment and you're the masculine energy, this reading could be for you or it could be vice versa. Take what resonate, leave what doesn't. So we want to see what's going on with these men in love. What is going on with the Divine Masculines? Can I get 4 cards? It seems like the Divine Masculines and the Divine Feminines are really mirroring each other. Can I get 1 more card? Well, they gave me 2. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, the same exact thing that came out in the main reading, and I swear I kept saying that this was the masculines. For some reason, I never said feminine. I kept saying masculine before feminine, or I don't know. This somehow is still the masculine's energy. I feel like a lot of the masculines want to spend time with their counterpart, their soulmate. Let me move this back so y'all can see me. And I can have room. So the first card that actually stuck out to me, the reason why I say this because, and it came out in the same position as the Divine Feminines of last night. If you haven't, go back and watch the Divine Feminines reading. They had that they was praying in their prayers and affirmations about this person is their soulmate. And I feel like the Divine Masculines, they know that they are the soulmate to the Divine Feminines, to these women. If you are a feminine, you would definitely know because you will have so many synchronicities right now because basically your story is going to be read through songs, through dances, through anything. It could be signs, synchronicities, numbers. You'll see many numbers when it's dealing with this person. Start checking your text messages if you have it, if you're feminine and you're watching. But if you're a masculine, I feel like you're now going through the process of seeing synchronicities because this did come out in the other reading. And it's crazy because Honeymoon came out at the bottom of the deck then too. So what I'm going to say this. Take what resonates, leaves what doesn't. But some of the masculines are ready to make an effort. I don't know if it's make an effort within themselves to come together again, like I said, with the feminine energy. But I do feel like the masculines want to basically show that childlike mind of him, that purest of heart, that person that everybody is so afraid of, that he's been afraid to show everybody because nobody's able to handle his vulnerable side. And then if they feel like he's a little too clingy sometimes, for some people, they can feel like that the masculines is not being sincere about their feelings. But I feel like the masculines are ready to be vulnerable again. It says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And I feel like he wants to be vulnerable with his Divine Feminine. But I do feel like some of the masculines mentally have to free themselves from a situation or dealing with certain situations that is burden to them. And what I mean by burden, it don't got to be all bad. It could be in some type of way, things that mentally restrict them because of their past. It's time to take back control of your life. I feel like mentally they are restricting themselves because they allow so much to weigh down on them that they wasn't never doing for themselves. Then you got children. For some masculines that do have children with the Divine Feminine, I feel like they want to try to reconnect with their Divine Feminine. If they are dealing with their Divine Feminine and they don't have children, then that means that this is kind of affecting their decisions right now, because they do have children involved in certain situations, and they got to make the best decisions for their children, just like the feminines need to make the best decisions for their children. Is this situation going to benefit me or me and my child? Is what a lot of masculines are saying. Oops, hold on, guys. So, a lot of them are focusing on their finances and career because, again, excuse me, anybody in the masculine energy knows that they're about the providing part. And I feel like a lot of masculines will feel better about themselves and they will feel more dedicated to the feminine or themselves. It's more so I feel like they want to do this for themselves because, again, especially if they got children, if they come into union with their feminine, they still have to be able to provide for their children outside of this connection if they do have some. If they do not, then that means for some, I see another way. Some of the divine masculines need to free themselves from their childlike situations, like the things that once was mentally burdening them. Like, so they want to be happy genuinely, but a lot of them have a lot of childhood trauma, a lot of things that went on in their childhood that, like I said before, they wasn't able to be vulnerable because of a lot of situations. I do see that some of the masculines want to free themselves from this. This is like a chain that been weighing them down all their life. Like some of the childhood trauma, and I feel like it has to do with loyalty. Like they have to free themselves from not feeling like a lot of people wasn't loyal to them in the past, so they used to that type of energy. They not used to having somebody that's gonna actually be there for them. Like I said yesterday in the feminine reading, there's our soulmate is automatically gonna be different than the usual. This is the person that is meant to heal you, even though it may seem kind of rocky in the beginning. But I feel like a lot of divine masculines have to free themselves mentally from the things that they felt wasn't unloyal to them since their childhood. And of course, if you're masculine and is dealing with a female, it's a lot of females that did certain things to you that made you restrict yourself from being who you are genuinely, which is like that childlike mind, that sensitive person, that vulnerable person. Then you got finances and career. I do feel like some of you are focusing more on your financial stability because this is becoming a hindrance to some of you. And it's only because you have children and you want to be able to provide for your children as well. You do not want to just be able to, how could I say it? You don't want to keep doing the same things. You want to be the provider in the situation for family, whether it's your children, your feminine children, even your karmic children. I feel like you want to be the provider of these children. And the only way to do it is to focus on your finances and career. And again, I feel like this is you coming to union with your soulmate. You are in awareness of who your soulmate is genuinely. You know that this person is the mirror of you. So again, I do feel like before you come to the table with your feminine, this is what's also restricting you. Your finances and career, and you want to make sure your children is straight at all times. I said straight, but that's kind of kicking into my mom's down south accent in some ways. We ain't gonna talk about that, but you are aware that this person is your soulmate, whoever this person is. And again, I do feel like you are ready to enjoy these summer seasons with this person. If you see, this is a clear sky, the moonlight. I feel like this is dealing with the new moon. This is going towards your happiness during this new moon. You're making decisions this new moon. But again, if you're a cross watcher and you're feminine, let them heal these issues. If this is childhood trauma, they now are mentally in a bubble trying to figure out why you are the soulmate that you are to them. You allow them to be a vulnerable person and you offering your platform for them to be vulnerable. So I'm going to confirm these cards. Let's go in a little deeper. So again, like I said, I do feel like you are definitely mirroring the divine feminine because the divine feminine still has some type of restrictions. And in the previous reading, I felt like maybe some of you masculines did have codependencies on situations dealing with people in the past, or people was always codependent. But that's another reason why you're trying to make an effort to do better, because you want to be able to give to your feminine, because she's not the type of person that will always ask for stuff. So this is something that is different for a lot of the masculines. Why is make the effort here? Whoop. See? Oh, listen. Y'all cards is falling out in the same position as the feminine masculines if you haven't still go to the feminine reading from last night. And you guys are definitely mirroring each other, because when it comes to making the effort, it told divine feminine to actually open up their heart chakras to tap into their feelings, to their emotions. If it wasn't the feminine energy, it was a reading I did for the Cancer new moon that's coming in. But I do feel like a lot of masculines are making an effort to actually tap into their vulnerable side. Like I said, they're tapping into that how could I say, I feel multiple things from this. They're making the effort to tap into their emotions, basically. This is something new to them. But they still somehow need to free themselves. Let's see what's free yourself here for. Why is free yourself here? Okay. Stop being grounded. Teach people. Basically, some of the divine masculines are teachers of what's taking place in their life. They are going to be the lesson teacher, the teacher of this lesson. This lesson that they went through from their journey from childhood on. And if you look, there's a lot of children. And then again, you see that dog sitting right next to the lady. You see that dog right next to the lady. The masculines are learning that they are the teacher of these lessons now. There's youth behind them that they have to actually show that they are who they are. I feel like some masculines are either going to write a book, or they can write a book about their life to the point where it will bring so much understanding to the upcoming generation. But they mentally have to free themselves. They have to change this about them. They have to stand in their power. I do feel like a lot of masculines are not at that point where they feel a little insecure about themselves, that they feel like their life is just bullshit. Oh, that's just life. No, your life was a lesson to you, so that way you could teach others. It's like you graduated now. I feel like the cycle is over. The mental anguish of not freeing yourself, I feel like you got to take yourself off a restriction and not feeling that your life is just some bullshit. Oh, you're just anybody. No. Some of the masculines are now hold on, I'm doing the reading. Some of the masculines are now able to learn, or they need to learn. This is something that the number 5, that means change. I feel like some of the masculines need to learn that they are the teacher. They are not the student no more. The lesson is over. Free yourself. Now you have accomplished the goal you needed. You learned the lesson. Now it's time to reach out. And I don't feel like this is reaching out to the feminine. This could be. I do feel like this is you reaching out to your higher self. But if this is the feminine, that means that this person that is sitting there waiting patiently, it's time to reach out to this person. You mentally are restricting yourself, but I feel like you need to free yourself and let them know, hey, I'm the teacher now. I got the skills. All right. Why is children here? Helpless and hopeless and balance. Again, this is coming into balance with your divine feminine. Some of you are on a mission. I'm going to tell you something. Like I said earlier, some of the masculines are healing their childhood wounds. And this is not dealing with feminists. This could be dealing with childhood love. This could be dealing with their childhood period. They've probably been through some trauma. And I feel like this is them becoming one with their feminine, the person that is loyal to them. They feel balanced out. Like I said, this person is actually healing them. This is an infinity symbol. This is letting me know that this is the Lover's card. This is a twin flame. This is the yin to the yang type of energy that is taking place. You are, if you're feminine, you're healing this person's childhood trauma. If you're a masculine and you're watching this feminine energy heals your childhood trauma. This is for the ones that is in communications with their soulmate or their twin flame. Also, helpless and hopeless came out. This person is being enlightened. The divine masculines are being enlightened that you are the person that is balancing them out. Masculines, you are enlightened now. That this person heals your childhood. Okay, so this song just popped on. It's a meaning to this song. Just like go with the flow. It is weird because it's not even in my playlist, but it popped on. Anyway, like I said, some of the divine masculines have been. I think I'm gonna put this song underneath of this because it does mean something. This is, I feel like, a twin flame song, and I do feel like there's two keys to this situation, and this is what the divine masculine is saying. I know now I'm enlightened. I know I'm helpless and hopeless because now you're in your feelings. You're just stuck because you're realizing this, and this is something that is balancing you out now. Every type of insecurity that was in this male figure's body, some of the divine feminines have changed them. That's what this is. All them insecurities that is deep inside of this masculine, because of some of you feminines' loyalty to your masculine, they feel helpless and hopeless now because they didn't understand. Now they are coming to the conclusion. They are enlightened about this. They see the dirt path that they have paid for themselves. They want to retract backwards. They stuck. They stuck. They didn't know that in between these mountains that they had to climb was a successful thing on the other end. Okay. Why is finances and career? We got 3 cards that popped out, and I'm going to take all 3. Wow. So this is your darkest fears if you're masculine. You're being enlightened about this is your biggest fear of why what's restricting you from being happy. And that's your money. That is your money. This is a number 9. I feel like some of you are coming over this fear, but you was actually refusing to see. And this has been a blockage of yours for a very long time. This was blocking your crown chakra, which everybody knows your crown chakra is. I'm actually going to give you the exact definition. It's I know. I do feel like this is something that you are awakening to. That's why I said, because at some point you was refusing to see that this was your blockage. But you're facing your darkest fears. That a lot of your financial issues is tied down to your unhappiness and the choices that you made by you not using your intuition and you using your heart. Your finances and career is tied to this soulmate. You at some point was refusing to see, but I feel like spirit is now open. I said this last night. I don't know which reading it was, but I'm telling y'all, go back to all 3 readings and watch them because it's something that is going on, period, with both divine feminines and divine masculines. I think a lot of people is becoming aware of where they want to go now from this point on. Why is soulmate here for the divine masculine heal? I told you this person is healing you. It's allowing you to break free. Them insecurities, the things that was blocking your heart, your intuition. This person, your soulmate, has opened you up enough for you to see that I don't even know how to say this. That you're free. You're a free person. All the things that was bound to you, you are no longer allowing them to restrict your actions and your movement. And not even the finances. I don't even feel like the finances. I feel like your heart chakra. But now I feel like your throat chakra needs to be open. New vitality came out for home honeymoon. Divine masculines are very much ready to enjoy their happiness now. This is something new. This is something new. Do not be expecting a union right away, but they do want to enjoy their happiness. They do want to be happy. They are definitely at the conclusion now of being happy. Okay. So I'm gonna clarify this one more time with the angels to see what the angels have to say about this. For some, there is a separation that is taking place, or they are in separation. Some people are in separation, of course, with their masculines. Let me see. Let's see what the angels actually have to say. Or do we want to check the lessons? Let's check the lessons versus the angels right now. Because again, like I do feel like I did with the feminine, I feel there's lessons that have been accomplished now. Now a lot of masculines as is now freeing themselves mentally because the lessons have been learned. Oh, the universe had definitely put some new shit into their head, I'll tell you that. What lessons is being learned? Angels, why is making an effort here? Death. Like I said, the old them have to die. The things that was always bound in their emotions, it has to end. Something have to end in order for them to make this effort. But I do feel like their heart chakras is open. It says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Things that have to be. Listen, I do feel like they're freeing themselves mentally from things that was bound in them. They have to end certain situations in order to move forward. Why is free yourself here? Honesty. Honesty and surrender. They're surrendering to the oh my goodness. Do this mean what it mean? They are actually free. They surrendering now to freeing themselves because spirit is not no longer allowing them to be restricted because they are the teacher. How could they teach the lessons that need to be taught to others if they not freeing themselves from what was restricting them? They are ready to reach out to the feminists. I do feel that. I feel like they are surrendering to the connection and they are surrendering to spirit. And I feel like they're ready to be honest. They're ready to speak their truths. They no longer want to be mentally restricted. Like they're not caring anymore. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So they're being a very much of an honest person right now. And they're surrendering to this connection. It says, I can release my need to control. They no longer want to hold on to the things that is bound in them. Okay. What lessons is being learned with children? Gratitude and peace. Like I said, I do feel like some of the masculines have healed. Notice that the divine feminines have been the healer of childhood wounds. And it says, peace, I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. They want to be at peace with this now. They want to be at peace with their childhood trauma. If it's not that, they want to be at peace with the children that they do have. And then you got gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. They are okay with, they are coming to solitude now with the things from their childhood that was harming them. They are at peace with they are accepting it for what it is. They took the lesson. They are, listen, the masculines. The divine masculines are no longer looking at life for what it was, the way it was. They now are learning to let that shit go. And they're looking at the lessons that they learned from all this stuff. Finances and career. Envy, and then you got judgment. Like I said, a lot of their insecurities come from not being able to hold their own money, not having their own finances together. But I do feel like divine masculines are facing this darkest fear now, and this was something that they was refusing to see. But this is a chakra that is being opened. They cannot be like everybody else. They're different from everybody else. So this envy card is here. They no longer, they said, I am the same as everybody, but with a different challenges. They are accepting that they cannot get a job. Their finances ain't where it's at right now. But I do feel like they also are freeing themselves from this mental restriction of always lacking. When they have the need of lacking, they are not no longer looking at everybody else's life like they want to be like everybody else. They don't want to keep up with the Joneses no more. So they are now at judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. They know that they cannot be rich like this person. They cannot have this like this person. They can't have the best car, the biggest jewelry, chain, necklace, or whatever. They got to be their uniqueness. And this is what spirit is calling for them to do at this time. And that's be authentic to themselves, not what the world want them to be or what the world want them to look like. Why is soulmate here? Failure. They feel like they failed this person. But I feel like this was something that was also bound in them. But I feel like They know that they got to break the chains that was shackling them. I do feel like some of the masculines have a lot of gratitude towards themselves and the feminine because of the things that was blocking them, the divine masculine they self, and it was preventing them from being the soulmate that they wanted to be to this person. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. They learned from this. They failed before, but it's like, okay, you had a missed opportunity. Now, if the opportunity is presenting itself again, are you strong enough now? Did you break the chains that was once mentally restricting you? Because I don't feel like it's physically restricting you. I feel like it's mentally restricting you from moving forward. But I feel like for some feminines, if you are in communication and you are at a place with your masculine of understanding, I feel like they are regretting it because they failed you. But I feel like this is something they are actually coming over. Like I said, they're ready for a change. Honeymoon, change, new vitality. It's all the same thing. They're ready to be happy now. New vitality means that all chakras are open. I feel like they are in manifestation mode. They manifesting their happiness now. Whatever is making them happy, they are in full effect. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement, so I feel like they are no longer stuck. Mentally, they no longer restricting themselves. They're ready for change. If they haven't already, they will be coming into it. So divine masculines, this is your reading. I don't know why. I feel like it's feminine energy that's watching this is more because we some nosy females. I ain't gonna even lie. But your masculine is now at a stage of healing. And they pushing. If you don't see action now, you will definitely start seeing a change in these men. And some things had to end. Their childhood traumas had to end. They had to stop feeling like they can't be themselves with the feminine, but they're noticing this, and I feel like this is what's healing them. So you guys have a good day. This is the masculine's energy reading for July 1st through the 15th. And I will be back probably live later with a regular reading. Have a good one, everybody. Yeah.